my desire to explain myself to people. But one thing that I am not is a gold digger. I know what I bring to the table. I've said this before. So I think if I'm able to, if I want someone who is either able to provide more than I can provide for myself, that doesn't make me a gold digger. It doesn't make me an opportunist. It makes me a woman who knows what she deserves, like, period. And I think, like you said, Jamie, too many people use the term loosely because they really don't know what it means. And a lot of the times, I'll just put it out there, the people who call women gold diggers are broke.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I feel.
I think a lot of times people, especially in today's society when you have social media and everything, is people feel like it's an open book and they think they're seeing people as an open book. They want you to explain to them how you have achieved something. How did you get this car? How did you get this house? How did you get into this zip code? I remember one time it was a few years ago, and I said something about I have to go to work. And somebody was like, girl, you don't work. I was like, I've always worked. What are you talking about? And they were like, you stay at home. I was like, no, I actually don't stay at home. I did go through a period of being a stay-at-home mom, and I was grateful enough to be able to still send my son for childcare. But historically, in majority of my life, I have always worked, but I don't ever discuss work on social media. Mm-hmm. It's not something that really comes up in conversation because my work doesn't define who I am. And so this person really thought, I guess I was just sitting at home being taken care of.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like you said, it's the assumption and the assertion of others' own thoughts and opinions of what it looks like your life is to them. So you have a nice car. Oh, you must be married to a very rich man, or you don't have a job.
No. I'm sorry.
I'm not messing with y'all.
Welcome to the Black Versation, Jamie. But yeah, that is, that is the thought around certain things. And like I said, I don't owe it to anybody to explain my situation, but yeah, if people knew the pedigree, they'd be like, oh, Harlem is far from a gold digger. Ooh.
We know a man paid for that car.
She literally married for love.
You married, maybe he was a gold digger. Sorry.
Because men can be gold diggers too.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly agree.
They definitely can.
Because I've seen these, listen, they out here trying to get the come up too.
Yep.
They out here trying to get somebody to pay for their beard management. Like,
I was trying to get somebody to pay for my son's childcare back in the day. So, And
did it work?
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Oh, it worked.
It definitely did.
I still owe his previous child care provider some money, but this was years ago.
Listen, let me tell you.
But I was good for a minute.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's one thing to have standards and to desire, a certain level of a lifestyle. That doesn't make you a gold digger. I've had somebody recently was like, oh, that I'm seeing to offer, like, my wife doesn't have to work. No, I would like to spend my own money on the things that I want to spend my money on, like my children. I don't feel comfortable spending another man's money on children that are not his. Does that make sense?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Are you in a relationship with this person?
Quite possibly. I could be.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, if I enter into a relationship with you and you care about me, what comes with me is my family. And if you have children, that entails that. I'm not saying you need to pay the same amount of child support, or you're responsible for daycare, tuition, or whatever it is. But I think that if we go out to eat, I would ask you not to put my child on a separate ticket.
Well, of course. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, so like my men out there like that, I don't want to tag one of them when y'all put this episode up, but go ahead.
So trifling. So my idea, like, around that conversation was, he was like, I don't want my wife to have to work. She can literally just take care of the home, handle my check. That's how I was raised, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And my response to that was, that's all well and good. I'm fine with spending your money, but I also would like to continue my career to be able to do certain things for my kids with my money. And he was like, okay, I get that.
That's great. I mean, I think now I would I was provided the opportunity, through hard work to not have to work when I made a move during my marriage. And I think the only reason I really went back to work because I was like cooking and cleaning. I didn't realize I couldn't get a maid and like meal prep if I still stayed at home. And I don't want to be that kind of stay-at-home wife. Like I want to stay at home, but I don't really want to do the cooking and cleaning.
So what you're saying is you don't cook, you don't clean, but you can show them how you got that ring.
I can show you how I lost it too. I mean,
hey man,
it goes. Hey. No, I'm being serious. Like this is the thing. I think people tease, and especially Cardi did the whole song and now they're getting divorced. I think I don't really think you can cook and clean. None of that really gets a man or keeps a man. But no, I'm not a chef. I actually had never cooked a dinner until I think after I got married. I had never even purchased meat before. I had never purchased ground beef in my life, or chicken.
How the hell you was eating?
Out?
So
I had never cooked. I cooked breakfast food, but I had never cooked dinner. No.
So were there gentlemen taking you to Ruth's Chris and things of that nature?
At the time, I don't believe Ruth's Chris was here, but I ate well, and
you was at Shoney's.
Definitely. I mean, I tore up Shoney's in the 80s. Don't hate, but no, I ate well. I always worked, so I always had enough food. I always had enough money for food, but yeah, I didn't. No, I did. I mean, I cooked, a little thing, but I never cooked meat. I had never purchased meat.
I think that
I know that sounds shocking, but I'm not really ashamed of it. I don't really care.
I mean, I personally cook and I enjoy cooking. My lady now can cook, and she's expanding on her her menu items.
She going up from that chicken Alfredo. I see you, sis. I see you, sis.
She no longer cooks tilapia.
Ironically,
okay?
we're having chicken Alfredo today, but I think for me, the cooking and cleaning, I'm not very traditional in household roles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't get it twisted. I'm not finna be out here with the apron on and all that, kicking it with the feather duster, bro. That's not what's getting ready to happen. But I think for me, I think that, and this just goes for everybody, just do what works for you.
Well, I think I did what worked for me, and I knew that when I started a family, I wanted to be able to cook, so I got cookbooks. I have, the best kitchen equipment, and I learned how to cook. I wasn't proud. I wasn't hey, I don't cook and I don't clean, but I'm gonna get this ring. I wasn't going around like that, but it wasn't something that I was interested in doing. But yeah, I cook now. Brian, you've had my cooking. I can jam.
I've only had your corn.
Girl, you have had more than my corn on the cob. You love my corn on the cob, but you have had I jam.
Yeah.
I cook for 40 people at a time sometimes. It's
nothing. So would we
outside of the holidays?
Yeah, I'm known for having a good house gathering.
Mm-hmm. So would we say that so do gold diggers do things domestically, or are they really in it just for the money? So they don't do things that are domestic.
That's not true.
That's what I'm asking.
A gold digger is about getting into a relationship for a transactional purpose.
Okay.
It is them pretending or learning to love this person for money or for benefit.
Okay. So it's not real for the most part.
I don't think it's not always real. I think sometimes people enter into relationships for money, but it grows into love. I think people, the same way some men go into relationships with women because they are interested in what that woman represents. Okay. They're interested in what that woman can do for them, whether it be business, whether it be adding some common sense to their life, some stability. It's the same thing. And they're not called a gold digger, but it can become transactional for them as well.
Okay.
So does gold digging go beyond monetary things and material things?
Absolutely.
What else do we need to throw in there?
Benefits. What are the perks? What are some of the perks? You could be dating somebody because they have access to free airline tickets. You could be dating somebody because maybe they can help you elevate in your career. You could be dating somebody